for you as young people, and I'm speaking specifically to you, 3 things. Number 1, the art form that you practice is a storytelling art form. Okay? Rhythm, rhyme, cadence, all sorts of things, figures of speech, but it's an art form that tells stories. And very clearly, any people who do not have a story, a narrative, is a lost people. I repeat that. Any people who do not have a narrative about who they are is a lost people. So understand what you are about. You are more than about fete and party. That's number 1. Number 2, you're involved in culture. And what is culture? Culture is always an original that comes from a traditional thing. It is always something original that comes from what has been there before. And you, as artists, have the responsibility to be able to see what is hidden in plain sight. You get me? What others can't see, you have the responsibility to see what is hidden in plain sight and tell those stories. And tell those stories to uplift other people. Success is defined by how much people are blessed by what you do. So as you compete against each other, let me change that. As you compete with each other, you compete against yourself, against your best self. Understand? So the winner is always someone who is a better person for what they did rather than where they came in. I remember a young lady where we live in Niagara Falls who was at a track meet. The students were running, where they run at the schools. I can't remember what race it was. But this one young lady, while all the others were coming in, she was still plodding around. And you know, there came a hush over the whole crowd. We wanted to see if she would make it. And you know what's beautiful? All of us were running with her. And she just ran, and she ran, and ran, and ran. And finally, when she came in, people were in tears. That is what success is. Success is the ability to compete against yourself, but to run along with others. Is that right? I'll close by saying this. Thank you very much. I'll close by saying this. Culture, again, as I said, is the ability to see what is hidden in plain sight. To take what is ordinary and make it extraordinary. And you, as young artists coming up, there are 2 artists who I love in particular. I'll tell you why. One of them is Black Stallion from Tobago. The other is Bob Marley. You know why? As you sing and you perform, you must make other people better, make society better. Never ever sing about women in a degrading way. What I said to you? Never sing of women in a degrading way. Bob Marley told the world, no woman a cry. And Black Stallion told us, darling, can we go to a party? Like me is young. So I'll leave you now. Thank you for the opportunity. And remember who you are. You're more than Calypsonians. You're Calypso-Olympians. Say it with me. Calypso. I can't hear you. Calypso-Olympians. And thanks to Jason, thanks to Dick, deceased, and all the others, the parents and others who have supported you and who are here with you today. God bless and keep you. And may you always rise higher than you think you could and bring others up with you too. Am I right? Amen for that. God bless.
Jason Perez and the late Dick Lochan for a continuing gift of Calypso to our youth. Honorable guests, parents, and performers, you should be proud of yourself. It takes a village to raise these children. My commitment to pass the torch for my role as the chair of the Caravan Arts Group is very specific. Going forward, I've had numerous conversations with Mr. Perez that we will be a benefactor of the Pass the Torch organization. So going forward, we will specifically support the organization. So for next year, we will be divesting specific funding to Pass the Torch as part of the Caravan Arts Group Youth Mandate. Before I speak to the parents, I want to speak to the children. I don't see, where are they? They're back there. Children, you always have to remember you are good enough. Always remember you're strong enough. Always remember that you matter. You need to find your passion no matter what it is. It may be calypso, it may be sports, it may be arts, it may be your schoolwork, but you need to find your passion. Make sure you have a voice. Make sure you're not relegated to being just a child. Make sure you find your voice. Make sure you have a seat at the table. Don't let anyone tell you you do not belong, because you belong and you matter in every single context. Parents, we need to support our young people on whatever they find their passion to be. We need to make sure that we are supporting them. It doesn't matter if you come from if the children are coming from a one-parent household. Doesn't matter if there's two parents in the house. It doesn't matter if their grandparents are raising them. You need to make sure that you're supporting your children. Finally, in closing again to the kids, you need to listen to your parents. The gift that you have of a strong Caribbean background is so unique. In this world where children are running astray, that don't have the roots and foundation, what's kept me is the strong Caribbean background. Today, I have two teenagers of my own, and every time I curse, sometimes I hear my mother's voice telling me about how I was when I was young, and now I instill the same thing to my children. My daughter doesn't eat anything but rice and food. She doesn't eat street food. She comes home to her chicken and rice and peas. That is what she comes home to. So make sure you stay close to your parents, no matter what it is. Be able to find them, to tell them whatever is on your mind. There's a lot of diversions in this world, but you need to make sure to come home. Again, in closing, I'd like to thank everybody for coming here today. Anybody who's here is really making a testament to the support of our children and to the support of our arts. Our arts, our Caribbean cultural arts, are very important. Again, it's what keeps the culture together. Thank you very much. And anything with Caribana, please reach out to caribana.com. I'd like to invite everyone. We've partnered with the Toronto International Film Festival. So that's TIFF, Caribana Arts Group, has partnered with the Toronto Film Festival on July 31st to bring a movie about somebody who is following their dream, specifically in the sport of track and field. But it's a big honor. It's a Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith produced movie that Caribana Arts Group is partnering with. So very proud of that. Thank you very much.
I was there for the beginning of it. I saw it become real, saw it grow, saw it develop. And here we are, 15 years. And I'd like to say that we appreciate on behalf of the community. I hear myself being represented, FMC, but I represent so many things. I represent the community because I wear so many hats. I need a few more heads. But it's all been for this community and the arts of this community and the carnival arts. And that is why it is so important to give our appreciation, our thanks to Jason and Dick, wherever he is smiling, to greet us today on this occasion. Our children need mentors, and they provided the mentoring for our children. Our children need to know their cultural roots, and they do their cultural expressions, and they need to understand that it is more than just performing. It's about what's in our roots, what's in our soul, where we come from, what made us have the kind of cultural expressions that we do have. It's about our history. It's, as people have said, and I'm not going to go back on all that, it's about our culture. It's about community. And everything we do needs all of us to support. And that is why I feel that I must be there supporting my community. I'm a storyteller, so Calypso is a very important thing that comes out of our tradition. I'm a storyteller that I'm saying to the children that they too have stories to tell no matter how trivial, how small, tell their stories at the level they are. It's about creativity. It's about respect. It's about sharing. And I hope that together they will grow into the next generation of artists who perform this important gift that we bring to the world, the gift of calypso and I guess now soca. Thank you very much. And congratulations again. And the beginning of a Calypso tent. And 15 years later, we have a new phenomenon, Calypso tent. Let's all support it. And I hope 15 years later, if I am so graced to be still here, that I'll be here at that event too. Congratulations, and let us all pass the torch. Jason, Dick, bless him, I miss him every day, and all the people involved. A hearty, hearty round of congratulations. Thank you.